This is Warren Hebert with the Home Care Association of Louisiana. We're here at the HCLA offices in Lafayette, introducing a little something new to you. We're using a flip cam to provide you with some video. You'll be seeing more of this from HCLA in the future. And I'm behind the camera because I've been told I have a face for radio. The two ladies that are with us today are Patricia Hanks and Becky Leger. They work with Synergy Home Care. Parent company is Senior Home Care. And they're going to tell us a little bit about why preparation for OASIS-C is so important. Tricia, tell us why you've been working so hard to get your folks prepared.
Well, Warren, the changes are important for us to understand as clinicians. There are refinements to the questions. Some of the collection data that we're going to be looking at are the same questions. They're just reworded. There's new implications for them, new conventions that we need to understand. Some of the data we won't be collecting anymore, but it's reworded and put into different formats. So it's a good time for us to get familiar with the data collection because it's changed so much.
Great. Becky, you're a physical therapist by background.
Yes.
Tell us a little about what you're doing and what's so different about OASIS-C compared to B1.
One of the big changes is in the functional status section. ADLs and IADLs will be changing. Quite a few of them have changed. For instance, in the transfer scoring, there used to be a scoring for 3 transfers, and now 2 of those transfers have been taken out and put into other items, such as bathing or toileting. There's a new item including now toileting hygiene and clothing management, which is totally new, and the clinicians will need to understand that. Some of the guidances on how to score some of the ADLs have changed. It'll be really important for clinicians to know the differences in the OASIS-B and OASIS-C because if we don't get proper baselines on our patients, it'll be very difficult to be able to show good positive outcomes.
And I'd like to comment on that for just a second. OASIS is used for reimbursement to show it's used for our publicly reported outcome indicators, but more importantly, it's used by the federal government, their contractors, to determine the future of home care. So what advice would you have for any of the agencies out there that have yet to begin preparing their staff here on December the 17th, and OASIS-C is due to kick into gear on January 1st?
I think it'll be very important for them to get the rush on because so many changes will be different for their staff, and it's going to take them a lot longer to do an assessment if they're not prepared.
Great. Thank you, Becky. Anything you want to add to that, Tricia?
Just want to talk a little bit about the quality measures that are so important to our industry. They are actually putting in process measures which assess all of the healthcare services that we provide. It assesses the adherence to recommendations that CMS is requiring that we look at, which is fall risk, hospital risk, flu and pneumonia vaccines, and it helps us identify specific ways that we may be able to improve, which is such an important part of our industry, is to show that home care does have a place in the healthcare industry.
Tricia and Becky, thanks very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you joining us today, and for those of you who are watching, find a good place to get really solid education around OASIS-C. Thank you.